Hello, Team CSI. Come smell it. I love that. Hi, guys. I will give a couple seconds for you guys to join on, and then we can get started. I'm so excited to talk to you. I'm sorry, my pants are like all wet because I just had to run outside and grab my extension cord. Oh, we got a viewer. Hello. Hi. How are you? Shout yourself out. Tell me who you are. Hello, guys. I'm so excited to chat with you. I'm going to give just a couple seconds. My name is Patti, and I drink wine, FYI. It's a Sunday night, and my husband's getting my kids down because we were just at my in-laws' house, and so I rushed home because I'm going to be doing a training with my team right after this call. So I was like, can you get the kids to bed, please? So anyway, hi, Deborah. Hi, Dustin. Hello. Oh, Dustin, sorry. Is it Dustin or is it Christina? I'm thinking it's Christina. I'm sorry, but it's Christina. I saw your name confused me for a second. So anyway, guys, hi. Hello, Lisa. Hi, guys. So my name is Patti. I am an independent Scentsy director. I have been with Scentsy a little over 2 years, almost 2.5 actually. I joined in October of 2015. Just as a way to make some extra cash, and it turned into this awesome thing. And as of August 2016, I quit my job and I do Scentsy full time, which is pretty awesome. But I pretty much grew my business on social media, which is what I'm going to get into tonight. So first of all, I want to thank you guys for having me here. I know that Heather asked me to come on here and chat with you guys. Heather and I were actually site leaders together at World Premiere. So if you were at World Premiere, you may have seen me there. We were site leaders together, and we kind of held it down. What was that? Not this past January, the one before that. We were there. Hi, Heather. Hello. So, so we had an awesome time. It was like a different experience, World Premiere, right? But it was still, an awesome time to be with your Scentsy sisters and stuff like that. And so me and Heather got to really connect, which was awesome. And I don't know if you guys went to World Tour this past, just the one that's going on now pretty much. But I was just there also. And I personally prefer, I love the World Tour feel. The World Premiere was fun, but it was just different, So, any hoodles, what's going on, guys? So I'm so excited to chat with you guys tonight. Like I said, I built my business on social media, mainly with Facebook parties, believe it or not. And it's funny because now I despise Facebook parties. I will literally take a home party any day because the connection, the PRV, all that stuff is so much more than you can ever gain on a Facebook party. But that's not to say that you can't build your business that way either. But aside from, parties, just networking on social media and posting and all that stuff is really what I'm kind of talk to you about tonight, because that's pretty much how I grew my business. So my team is actually all over the US, as well as my customers and my network. I know people in so many different states, mainly, like I said, through Facebook parties, because I would, somebody would host a party and then they'd invite friends from another state, and next thing you know, they're hosting a party who's inviting friends. So that's sort of how we spread out. But regardless of that, social media in general is just a great way for you to network with your customers. And when I came into this, and I'm so out of breath because I feel like I just rushed home to get here. So if I sound that way, I'm sorry. But social media is a great way for you to network with people and get your business out there and use it as a way to promote your business. And there's a right way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it. And I mean, I'm definitely not an expert, you guys. I just do what works for me, so I'll tell you what works for me. But coming into this, I had no experience. I've never done direct sales before Scentsy. I've never done marketing or anything like that. I literally just share my passion and my love for Scentsy. And I've done some research along the way as to things that work and what don't work, and Facebook algorithm and all that stuff that kind of helps me in my day-to-day promoting on social media, okay? So I have some notes here if you see me looking that way. But social media is a great way to grow your business, okay? Like I said, you are meeting people, you're networking, you are it's a place where people can see you every day on social media. Now, I'm a firm believer in not solely relying on social media to build your business. Clearly everything that you do, you have to make sure that you're doing things off of social media as well. Follow up and conversations with people face to face, like coffee dates and stuff like that. Those things are so crucial. But like I said, said, social media is a great way, because what I like to say, what I tell my team is social media is like your eyeballs. It's people who are watching what you're doing on the day-to-day. And I mean, if we're being honest, it's 2018. Most of us are on Facebook. Most of us are on social media nowadays. And so it's a great way to let people know that you own a business and that you can do things with your business to help other people. So like I said, there is a right way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it. Now, again, I will tell you what I do, but just what I say, what works for me may not necessarily work for you, and so on. So do what works for you, but hopefully you could take something away from the tips that I have to share here, okay? So, I'm like, Gross Fraba, I'm so flustered. Not flustered, just like out of breath. It could be that I just poured myself a glass of wine, too. So your business is like your storefront, okay? I always tell this to my team. Your business is like your storefront. If you had like an actual business, this is an actual business, let's be real, but let's say you had like an actual retail storefront, right? Do you think that, like business owners on the street, right, open to the public, would only be open some days they're not, some days they have things looking all pretty and fancy in their displays, and then other things that they don't. Your business is no different, except for the fact that a lot of us do what we do virtually, social media, and we have the luxury of being able to work from our phone and on the go. And so a lot of times I think it can be seen as it's not a real business, but this is exactly what it is, especially if you're looking to grow a business, like grow a real business, and market yourself on social media like that. You have to think of your business as a storefront. So this goes on your personal page. It goes for your customer groups, your VIP pages, your business page, all this stuff. You are presenting yourself. You're presenting an opportunity, okay? If you want to build a following on social media, if you want to connect, people to be in your tribe or your network of people or your customers, people who want to join you, you have to make sure that you every day are showing up to your business, right? You always have to... Sorry. And I squirrel super hard, so if you guys have questions along the way, feel free to put them up, but I might not answer them right away. Just FYI, I'll go back, just because I don't want to sit here and bore you with my random squirreling. But anyway, like I said, so you want to make sure that you are always showing up to your business. And obviously, I'm sure maybe you guys have heard the term, when you show up, you go up. That goes for everything, every aspect of your business, not just in trainings, not just in, your day-to-day, but like even on things like social media. Are you posting consistently? Is it something where your customers know you sell Scentsy? Like, do they know, if someone needs Scentsy, do they know to go to you, And I will tell you, it's something that takes time, but if you are consistent, your customers will realize that. Like, my customers know when they need Scentsy, they tag me or they need me. And oftentimes in the local groups that I'm in like a lot of mom groups and stuff like that, there'll be random like, oh, looking for a Scentsy consultant, and I'll have like 5 or 6 people tagging me on there because they know that I sell Scentsy, because I make that name for myself, right? I'm very consistent in my business. Now, there's a difference between being salesy and just sharing your business, which is kind of what we're going to get into here today, you guys. But I want you guys to really think that, like I said, your business is your storefront. So if you had a customer that came to your Facebook page, let's say they didn't know you, or somebody referred them to you, or you met them at an event or a party or something like that, and you added them on Facebook, what would be the first, 5 to 6 posts that they would see on your social media? Okay? Are they seeing negativity? Are they seeing things about politics, like debates, and just like things that are kind of ugly? I mean, believe me, we all have our, feelings and opinions, and we're entitled to all of that. We're entitled to feel the way we want to feel. But, you have to be mindful when you're a business owner what you are projecting on social media, because whether you realize it or not, people are watching you. They're always watching you, okay? I've had people, ask me about joining Scentsy, and I wouldn't have even guessed that they seen my post, because they never interact with me on social media. They're never commenting on the things that I'm putting up. They're never engaging on the posts that I'm putting up, and so, but then they'll come to me and they'll say, hey, I'm interested in Scentsy, like, tell me more. And I'm like, girl, how did you see my post? I didn't even know you see. So be mindful of that. People are always watching you guys, okay? And so you just have to make sure that what you're projecting on social media is going to be something that people are going to want to actually take note in and be a part of, because I can guarantee you people are not going to want to do business with negative people or people who they don't trust. They want to do business with people who they know, like, and trust. And social media gives you that opportunity to build that relationship to the point where they know, like, and trust you, okay? So really think about the, what you're projecting on social media versus, and too, is it only Scentsy things, like, because that too can be a hindrance in your business. If you're just posting Scentsy things all the time, especially those salesy, like, buy 5, get the 6 for free, host with me, join my team, join for $49. Like, I mean, we want to tell everybody join for $49, but there's a way to do it, okay? So again, I'm going to kind of get into some things that I do. So let's talk about your profile setup. And before I get into that, I'm going to take a sip of wine. Riesling is my drink of choice. I'm a mom. I need wine. So, your profile setup, okay? Your profile needs to be a picture of you, you guys. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Right now, my profile picture is a picture of me and my family. And that's because I just recently went through, like, a whole, like, theme on my profile. I was like, I'm gonna do all black and white and have, pops of color here and there. So that's pretty much what I made my profile. But I'm continually updating my profile picture. I'm putting, selfies of me, or usually I'll put, like, sometimes I'll put pictures of my family, but for the most part, it's pictures of me. Before Scentsy, you guys, I only, like, my profile picture was my children. All the time, 24/7. And I get that, you guys. Like, I totally get that if you're a mom and you have kids and you're like, oh, but my baby needs to be my profile. Like, I get that. I was that mom also. But as a business owner, you have to think like a business owner if you want to grow your business, especially on social media, right? The point of social media is to be social with people and to build relationships and attract people to you. Because like I said, there's a difference between right way to post on social media and a wrong way. And if you're doing the salesy thing, nobody's going to want to, buy from you. They're not going to want to hear anything about hosting, and they're certainly not going to want to join your team because they're thinking that you're being annoying. They don't want to hear all that. So you need to find a way to create curiosity so that people are like, huh, what is that thing that she's doing? Or, I see, maybe I can find out more about, like, how she's able to stay home. Like, what is all that, right? So your profile picture is public regardless, okay? So even if you had somebody who just searched Scentsy consultant in your area, or, like I said, maybe somebody referred them to you, you want to make sure that what they're seeing is a picture of you and your face. And not for nothing, my advice would be to smile and, be enthusiastic, because those are the types of, pictures and images that people are more drawn to. Okay, so I know this sounds total first world problems, but, like, if you're taking selfies in the dark, there's no point in putting it up on Facebook, because people are literally going to scroll by because they're not going to see your face. Like, getting good lighting, like, look at the camera, smile, be engaged in the camera or whatever. I know it sounds silly, but things like that really do matter. Okay, so your energy can really be shown through in posts and, pictures, believe it or not, okay? Your cover photo too, obviously. I know a lot of times consultants put up, like, their website, or they'll put up, like, specials, like bring back my bar on the top or whatever. If you have a customer that's going to you again, that they're referred to, and they're not necessarily your customer yet, but maybe they're just, like, scoping you out, they're probably going to get turned off for the fact that they're going to think that you're going to want to sell to them. So think about those things. Try and do your cover photo, your profile picture, something that has to do with you, okay? And something that's interesting, that's gonna, like, catch their eye or whatever. Sometimes I like to put up motivational quotes on my cover photo. Right now I have an image of, like, an abstract peacock design because I love peacocks. So think about things that are unique to you and how you want to put them up, okay? And please, by all means, you guys, do not use, like, a stock photo off your marketing tab as your profile picture, because, again, people do not want to be sold to. It's called social media for a reason. They want to be social. The majority of people, I mean, who are not in the Scentsy world, or who are not in the direct selling industry, who have probably thousands of other direct selling friends, are just there to be social with their friends and their family. If you think about how it was before you joined Scentsy, or before you were in the industry of direct sales, and before you really had a circle and network of friends who were doing it too, think about how you were before you posted on Facebook. And I'll tell you guys that the time hop thing that comes up like on Facebook where it says on this day, sometimes I see things from like years ago before I posted on social media, and it was just, honestly, it was me ranting. I'd be like, oh, this train, like, it's taking forever, just like stupid things like that. But also, it was just nonsense. Like, it was just me kind of shooting the ish, so to speak, on social media, because it was a way for me to just be social with my friends and, the people that I was connecting with on social media. So the majority of the people on your friends list, if they're not in direct sales, are going to be posting for those reasons too, and be on social media for those reasons too. So if you are being salesy and all they're seeing, on your profile or on their newsfeed are things about buy 5, get the 6 for free, or this special is going on right now, it's 10% off this month, diffusers have this, like, don't get me wrong, you guys, I'm all about sharing the specials that we have, and I do from time to time, but I also think it's important on, one, how you're saying it, so there's a way to share it versus selling it, and also, if that's all you're posting, then you're going to come off as salesy, and nobody's going to want to, they're not even going to care about those posts. And even still, sometimes for me, like, I just put up a diffuser post the other day, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, I put up the Stargaze and the Enchant, and I said, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that these gorgeous beauties are on sale this month, 10% off, and you get 3 free oils, crazy, like, whatever I said. I barely had any comments on that post, but then I put a post about, like, me and my kids or something like that, and then I have all these comments. People want to feel connected to. They don't want to feel like they're being sold to. So just be mindful of that, okay? What do you have in your bio? I used to have independent Scentsy director in my bio, and actually changed that because, again, if I have people who are, scrolling my newsfeed or scrolling my profile, and they automatically see, oh, she's a Scentsy consultant, she probably just wants to, like, poach me or whatever, or sell to me, like, I don't even care, I'm not even going to give it the time of day. So just be mindful of those things. It's okay to, like, link your business page and where you work and stuff, but if you're shoving it down people's throats, then more than likely they're not. So in my bio now, I just have, like, what I am. I'm a cop wife. My husband's a cop, an NYPD officer. I can't even say that. Let me repeat that. An NYPD officer. I said mama bear and something about helping women dream bigger, or friend and mentor, like something like that. So it's something about me, but I'm not necessarily saying that I'm with Scentsy, okay? Another thing that I like to, as far as, like, profile setup is, I know that a lot of people don't like to do this, especially if you have kids, and again, I was definitely one of them, but make your profile public. Make your posts public, okay? Facebook has really great privacy settings, so if there are things like your children you want to put up, or things that maybe you just don't want the whole public seeing, then you can, like, cater your newsfeed to to who you want to see it. You can have it just listen to just your family sees pictures of your kids or whatever. But, the more public you are, the more chance you have of more exposure, if we're talking social media here. And now, if you, like I said, if you're a storefront, if you're a business owner, like, on the street, do you think that they would only have it open to certain people throughout the day, or have, their doors open to just their friends and family? No, they're going to be open to the public. And you know what? With having your page open to the public, you do get people from time to time that might be a little like, okay, that person's weird, what's up with that? But that's what the block button is for, you guys. So just be mindful of that. Like I said, I personally, like, my Scentsy posts, I put public. Usually, pictures of my children, I make friends, because I know that I don't just add anybody on Facebook, and so the people that I add on Facebook are with intention, even though they're growing my network and my business and stuff like that. I've at least built up some sort of relationship over a few conversations or something like that before I'm actually just randomly adding people. So I'm kind of mindful of who's on my friends list, but I also think it's important to make certain posts public sometimes, okay? So that's, like, as far as profile setup. So let's talk a little bit about being authentic, right? That's one of Scentsy's core values. People don't join companies, they join people, okay? You are your own brand. You are, sharing the product, obviously, but mainly in Scentsy, direct sales in general, but I know specifically with Scentsy, like, we are sharing an opportunity here. And, the goal of posting on social media is to, share an opportunity to show others that they can do it too, that they can come on here too. So I'm kind of talking, marketing on social media, but I also talk about sponsoring and recruiting with that, because that's like a part of my everyday life. Everything about me and my business with Scentsy, I'm sharing the business opportunity in one way or another. So whether it's on social media or whether it's on, at a home party or an event, I'm always talking about the business opportunity. So that's why I think that it's very important to be authentic, because when you're authentic and when you're yourself, you are going to have your types of people attracted to you, okay? So think about how it was before you sold Scentsy. And like I said, if you guys have questions along the way, please feel free. I will just go back and answer them as I can. But think about how it was before you sold Scentsy. Go back to before how it was, how you sold it, and think about 3 to 5 things that you are passionate about. Before Scentsy. I mean, it's great if Scentsy's your passion, but if we're talking social media and you're trying to gain a connection with people, like, what is that? So for me, my family is something that I talk about all the time. Like, people know that I am married to my husband. He's a cop. I say that all the time. I have 2 children. We have a dog. Like, I'm always talking about things like that. And if my followers who follow me, they're going to know those things about me. They're going to know that they can come to my page and feel inspired because I'm talking about how I am encouraging and uplifting other women to succeed. And I don't even have to mention Scentsy to do that, But whatever it is, whether it's animals that you are into, or home decor, like decorating, or fashion, or maybe you're just in a freaking Starbucks, like whatever that is, whatever it is that you like to talk about, you have to think about that, okay? Because like I said, people are going to do business with people who they know, like, and trust. And so social media gives you that opportunity to build that following and for them to, relate to you. Most of my team and most of the people who I end up recruiting are stay-at-home moms or women who want to be stay-at-home moms or work-at-home moms, because that's what I am. That's what I have become. And they see that through Scentsy. And I have no problem sharing my story. I have no problem telling them how I'm, where I was before to how I am now because of Scentsy. And I do it in a way where I'm not I will mention Scentsy from time to time, but a lot of times I'm not shoving it down their throats, okay? So there's a way to share it versus selling it. And so as far as the business opportunity goes on social media, I always say to share the lifestyle that you're living as a Scentsy consultant. So instead of, posting a stock flyer that you found on the flyers group on Facebook, that every other consultant is posting on there, find a way to maybe post a picture of your own warmer and be like, oh my gosh, I love this scent, it's so good, or I just got this brand new warmer and it's so cute. Or you don't even have to mention that you just got this brand new warmer. Take a picture of your decor, the way you set it up in your house, and then ask for opinions and say, what do you guys think about this picture here, or whatever. And don't even mention the warmer. That's called subliminal marketing, okay? Things like that, where it's more catered to you. It's not just like something that every other consultant's doing, because like I said, guys, you are not the only Scentsy consultant in your friend's newsfeed. I can guarantee you that. So more than likely, when they are scrolling, they are seeing the same post. And I don't know about you guys, but have you ever copied and pasted before? I have, okay? Don't do that, because it irks me to no end now, before I knew better. Like, I have some people on my team I have mutual friends with. Like, it's just what happens when, you're building a team and people are referring and this and that. And so, now, if I see I post something and then someone literally takes my thing word for word and then literally post that same thing, I'm like, we're in the same groups. Like, we have the same mutual friends. Like, not only does that look bad on you, but you're making me look bad too. Like, you're making me look like all I do is just sit here and copy. And I'm not saying that to sound ugly, because I know it's all about Scentsy spirit and let's share. And that's all fine and well, you guys. But at the end of the day, you are a business owner. You are, someone that is trying to work your own business. And yes, there's no competition with Scentsy, but ultimately, like, if you want to stand out, if you want to make an impression out of all the other consultants, then you have to be authentic. You have to do things that are true to you, okay? And so I always like to tell my team, when you are posting on social media, post as if you are talking to your friends, okay? They say that facts tell and stories sell. That's one of my most favorite quotes, and you've probably heard it before, but if you haven't, I'm sure you'll come to know it in this business. But you have to find a way, you know, where you're able to differentiate yourself between other consultants. And like I said, I tend to recruit a lot of stay-at-home moms because that's what I am. And so that saying where it's your vibe attracts your tribe, like everything that you put out, you are attracting to, okay? So if you have, let's say, I don't know, I'm just thinking of like a situation, sorry, I'm like losing my train of thought here because I'm getting messages up above. I'm sorry. So you're, guys, now I'm over here like, what the heck was I saying? I told you I scroll, because I looked up and I read something and I was like, no, don't do that. Okay, so like I said, so you posting on social media, and everything that you put out, you're attracting. And facts tell, stories sell, right? So let's say instead of putting up a post like, you know, you can put up something about the business opportunity and be like, it's $49 to join Scentsy this month, right? That's a fact about the business. It's $49 to join Scentsy that month. That's not really connecting to anybody. But if you put up a post and said something along the lines of, without even mentioning Scentsy, something along the lines of, I am a new person since along my journey. Before I started, I had no confidence whatsoever. I wouldn't even be able to take a selfie. Now here I am 2 years later, and I'm right in front of the camera taking selfies and doing all these things, and it's just so amazing. Like, that's a story, that's an experience where it's going to create curiosity, because again, that's what attraction marketing is. Okay, so first of all, if you don't know what attraction marketing is, aside from what I'm talking about today, I would definitely look up, Google information on attraction marketing, because it's huge now. And there's a lot you can learn as far as social media goes. But again, it's just a way to create that curiosity, because if you sit here and tell someone, hey, it's $49 to join Scentsy, then like I said, that's nothing that's really connecting to them. But if you're telling them an experience, a way that you actually, something that you've gained from this, it just creates more curiosity in that way, okay? So do your post allow people to get to know you, sort of thing? You need to give them, the option to like you. So you have, what you're projecting on social media is what is going to attract the type of people. Again, if you are negative, you're talking politics, if you're going on rants all the time. Guys, I see people going on rants about their customers on Facebook. Like, your other customers are seeing that. Don't do things like that, okay? Because again, your vibe attracts your tribe. You're going to have those people who are negative. Like, negativity breeds negativity, you guys. And trust me, there's a million things that I could do where I'm arguing with my husband, where I could go on Facebook and be like, this sucks. My husband says, I would never go and do that, right? So you have to that's just an example, but you have to think about what you are projecting on social media, because as a business owner, like I said, people are going to want to do business with people who they know, like, and trust, and they're not going to want to do business with negative people. So I know I kind of went off on a tangent about negativity, but only because I think it's so important, and a lot of people don't realize that, because they think it's Facebook, and Facebook says, what's on your mind? And so you tell them what's on your mind, but then it can be more of a hindrance in your business than you're actually intending it to be, okay? So everything on social media, for the most part, I post with intention. I post with purpose. I post with the assumption that I'm going to attract a certain type of person, okay? So what I want you guys to do is think about your ideal customer, okay? Think about, what is she like? I say she because for me, it's a stay-at-home mom, somebody who has children, who maybe wants to just supplement their income or change their life or whatever. Like, that's my ideal customer. So that is the type of person that I market to, and I'm hoping to attract people like that. So again, like I said, I tend to attract stay-at-home moms or women who want to be a stay-at-home mom, because that's what I do and that's what I am, because everything I post with the assumption that it's going to attract somebody to want to work from home, if that makes sense. So for instance, if I am in the backyard playing with my kids, I'll take a picture, snap a picture of them, post it on social media, and say something like, oh my gosh, I just love the opportunity that I'm able to stay home with my kids. I've never in my whole working career have ever been able to do anything like this. Hashtag work at home mom life. And people are going to be like, work at home mom life. She's never been able to work from home. What's going on? Like, how is she able to work from home now? I want to work from home. Like, girl, tell me what's going on, And then at that point, that's when you can kind of talk about the business opportunity more. But if you're sitting here saying, join my team, or host a party with me, I guarantee you guys, you're wasting your time. And we're not in this business to waste our time. Our time matters. And so the things that we are doing, we need to make sure we are doing with intention, and that we are, smart about the way that we're going it. Because why are you going to sit here and promote to people who are not responding to you? Don't you feel like you're wasting your time? I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I know plenty of times I put things up on Facebook and I'm like, nobody liked my post, nobody commented. But then when I go back and look at what I actually posted, it was like something about a sale or a special or something like that. And again, it's social media. People don't want to be sold to. Okay, so share your experiences, share the lifestyle that you were living as a Scentsy consultant. If you are on the post office, if you're on your way to the post office, take a picture of yourself next to your mail and say, hey guys, or I'm about to go make some customers extra happy today, woohoo, something like that. I mean, you don't have to say it in that tone. Be authentic, be you, but like share the life that you're living as a Scentsy consultant versus the sales and versus the product, because I guarantee you if you lead that way, that is going to be way more intriguing. It's going to create way more curiosity, and people are going to be drawn to that. And they're going to say, wow, what is going on? This girl looks like she's having a great time. Like, if you guys went to World Tour, that's a perfect opportunity to share pictures while you're at World Tour. I have so many people on my team who I've seen and I've said, guys, make sure you take pictures of social media, and they don't, because I know that a lot of people are afraid to take selfies. They're maybe not that confident and stuff like that, and that's okay, you guys. But if you want to grow in this business, you have to be willing to step outside your comfort zone. And I know that that might sting a little bit hearing that, but you really have to push yourself. So if you're uncomfortable getting in front of the camera, all the more power to you to go ahead and get uncomfortable doing it, because those are going to be the things that are going to pull you outside your comfort zone. Aside from social media, is doing those things that you maybe necessarily don't want to do, okay? So like I said, events that you're going to, if you're ever going to a reunion or you're on the incentive trips, like I can't even tell you how many times I post pictures when I'm on an incentive trip, and then my inbox is like, hey girl, tell me more about that trip. Like, it's just, if you're not sharing it, they're not going to know about it. So in every aspect of your business, if we're going to drift a little to business opportunity here, and like I said, I am always talking about the business opportunity, so that's kind of why this is mixing right now. But like even off of social media, I am always sharing the business opportunity. I'm sharing my story with people at home parties. I share why I joined Scentsy. And I've had people at home parties say, oh, you know what? Like I heard you did this when you were coming off maternity leave. I am actually about to have a baby. Tell me, how can I get started in something like this? If you are not talking about the business opportunity, if you're not talking about the events that Scentsy goes to, if you're not talking about the fact that you get a discount, like whatever it is, you have to think about how Scentsy has blessed your life, or the things that you're doing, okay? So think about like 10 to 15 ways that Scentsy has blessed your life. Whether it has given you more confidence, whether it's allowed you to stay home, whether you do it on the side and it just makes you happy and it's your outlet, whatever that is, whether it's giving you the opportunity to go get your nails done once a month, if you're not sharing that with people, or the fact that we go to these amazing events and there's all this training, you don't know who you're going to be attracting. So, for me, I may attract stay-at-home moms, but that doesn't mean that I don't talk about the events that I go to or the trips that I earn, because there could be people on my social media following on my friends list who are like travel bugs and they want to travel. If I'm not talking about it, how are they going to know? How are they going to know that we go on trips if I'm not saying it, okay? So there's a difference between sharing it and feeling like you're bragging. And I know a lot of times people are like, oh, I don't want to bother my network or feel like I'm, bragging or anything. And it's like, you're not. You just have to find a way to do it, okay? So what should you post on social media? That's probably one of the biggest questions that I get. So as far as engagement, okay, so Facebook's algorithm, now I'm not going to go into a whole in-depth thing about the algorithm. I suggest you do research on Facebook algorithm because that's something that's always changing, and Facebook will hide your posts depending on the things that you're putting in there. So if you have like links in the top of your description, Facebook will not show that to your friends because they look at that as promotional. And again, it's social media. They're not looking, you know, save that for your business page kind of thing. So Facebook will not show that to your friends, or at least not as many people as you want. And guys, if you have a lot of Scentsy consultants on your page, I can guarantee you they are the majority of people in your newsfeed, okay? So as a little tidbit, I would go ahead and create custom lists on Facebook, and there's tons of YouTube videos on how to do that, but you can actually group your friends you know, into lists where you have them set as, you know, potential recruits or prospects or customers or Scentsy consultants, right? So that when you're scrolling on Facebook and you're pressed for time, instead of getting sucked into the Facebook vortex of what every other Scentsy consultant is posting, and then you're like, oh, wait, I should post that, and then you start comparing yourself and all this other stuff, be intentional with your time. And custom list your people, and that way you can toggle your newsfeed and you can go and say, you know what, I'm going to devote 15 minutes right now to just building relationships with my customers, because again, this is all about building relationships. This business in general is building relationships. So comment on their post, engage with them, ask them how their children are. Don't just flood them with Scentsy things. And by all means, if it's your first form of communication with them, do not contact them about any special or joining or anything like that until you've established that relationship. But you can do that through social media by creating those lists. And like I said, if you're strapped for time, 15 minutes, go on your newsfeed, toggle to the list that says potential recruits, and just go on the newsfeed. Oh my gosh, your daughter's so cute. And it's not that you are being disingenuous, you are building a relationship. And according to Facebook algorithm, the more you engage with that person, the more that they comment on your posts, the more that you like each other's stuff, the more that your guys' stuff is going to show up in your newsfeed, okay? I have an attorney that I worked for like years ago before Scentsy, and I remember there was something that I put up. It was like something about Scentsy, but it didn't matter because he's just some guy that I work for. It's not like he's in my network, like I'm, you know, trying to recruit him or anything like that. But he commented on one of my posts, and I remember, like, I refreshed my newsfeed, and then all of a sudden I saw his status was up in my post, and I hadn't seen stuff from him in like years. So that Facebook algorithm, the more you connect with each other, the more your things are going to show up in each other's newsfeed, okay? So if you guys too, on the flip side, when you post things on social media and you have your friends comment, right? You have people on your Facebook friends who comment. You know, sometimes I know it's easier to not comment back, but go the extra mile and comment back individually to each person, even if it's your aunt or whatever, because you're going to create the engagement. The more engagement you have on Facebook, the more comments, the more likes, you know, all of that stuff is going to show up more in people's newsfeed, okay? And their friends of friends are going to show up too. So, last night I actually put up a post, about Botox, which is oddly enough, it turned into something crazy, but I put up a post about Botox, and honestly, I just put it up there just to try and create some engagement. I wanted to put up something that I knew was going to get a big topic. Not that I didn't care about Botox, but it was just something I wanted to engage my audience. So I put up the post, and I had people commenting on there who don't normally comment on it. And then all of a sudden their friends who were also in our same network, like I know them too, were commenting on it too, because it probably showed up in their newsfeed because it said so-and-so commented on Patricia Morrow's post, you know, and then they see it, and the next thing you know, they're commenting on it. So the more engagement you have, the better it is, okay? So let's talk about what to post, like I said. So inspirational things. This doesn't even have to include Scentsy, you guys. Anything that's inspirational to you that you find inspirational, post it. Maybe it's a motivational quote. You know, I know there's a few consultants that I know who they do morning motivation. Every morning they post a motivational quote. I try and do that. I just squirrel too much, and I literally I'm just so bad with being consistent that I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good idea, I should do that, and then I'm like, I don't follow through. But whatever it is, something that's inspirational too. Maybe it's, you know, a story that you read in an article or something. I don't really agree with sharing things that much. If it's Scentsy related, I think go for it. But as far as like don't share other Scentsy consultants stuff, you guys. A lot of times people will share my post, like other Scentsy consultants will take my post and they'll share it, which, I mean, I appreciate that. I think that that's amazing that, you know, if I can inspire someone, they think that that's great and they want to share it. Like, I thank them for that, but it's only hurting their business, because when you're sharing other Scentsy consultants, like their post, and you're clicking share and go to your page, then you're literally directing people right to that Scentsy consultant. So maybe try and recreate that, you know, or think about what it is that they post. If it was something that inspired you, think about how you can maybe flip it into a way that's for you, right? So inspirational things, those are always going to be really eye-catching to people, because people resonate with things, and if there's nothing that they feel connected to, then they're just going to scroll by. And they say that some people's attention span is like 3 seconds. So if you don't catch them in that 3 seconds, whether it's an inspirational, you know, a post or a video, then they're just gonna scroll right by. And for informational things, so again, if you find things that somebody can find value from, this is all about creating value for your customers, okay? Because again, they're going to want something. So informational. So even if it's about Scentsy, maybe it's a tip, how to change the wax in your warmer, right? That is informational. That's something where somebody can be like, oh, hey, I never knew that. The cotton ball trick, like, that's cool. I'm going to try that. It's informational. It's giving them value. Even if it's not Scentsy, you guys, something that's informational. Educational, like I said, you can, you know, teach them things, like people like that sort of thing. Entertaining, like I love to make my customers laugh, people laugh. Like I'm just like a jokester in general. I just like to have fun and laugh. Anyway, I could literally laugh at myself and poke fun at myself all day. So I like to do things like that on social media. I like to do silly songs and games and all this other stuff that I like to do to make my audience laugh. Things that are entertaining, okay? Doesn't mean you have to go outside your comfort zone. Well, I'm not going to say go outside your comfort zone, but it doesn't mean that you don't have to be who you're not, but find a way to be entertaining or share entertaining things on social media, okay? And also, giving people a sneak peek into your life. Again, you know, lifestyle post. The lifestyle post, things about your life are going to be where people find a deeper part of who you are, and those are going to be the things that they are connecting to, okay? So, you know, like your Scentsy story, or things where, you know, just like what this company has done for you, or you're able to see so many other women living their dreams, and you're encouraging them and all this other stuff. Like, those are inspirational. Those are lifestyle. Those are like those things where people are going to be like, oh, hey, wait, you know, she's being lifted up, and I see like all these women's lives changing. Like, what's going on? I need to know more about that. So think about that, okay? Also, one more thing I want to point out. Remember I was telling you about my Botox post yesterday? So I put up a post about Botox, and I said, I don't like these wrinkles. Like, I'm thinking of getting Botox. Like, I mean, guys, I'm not really sitting here like, do I get Botox? Like, yes, it's crossed my mind, but I knew if I posted that, that would also be engaging, because the thing is, people like to give their opinions. People like to, you know, they just like to give their opinions. So ask opinionated things. Polls on Facebook are really good, like which one would you pick kind of thing. Sometimes I even do that with Scentsy warmers or 2 diffusers side by side. I'll say, oh my gosh, that sounds so cute. I'm closing a party today, or I'm thinking about getting one of these. Which one do you think I should get? Polls. Or I'm going to get my hair dyed. What color do you think would look good on me? Like, things where people are going to want to interact and give their opinion, because people love to be opinionated and give their opinions, okay? Even when you may not necessarily want to hear their opinions, they're going to give you their opinions, okay? So, you know, I put up the post about Botox, and I said, I'm just looking, you know, has anybody on my friends list ever done Botox before? Like, old age is not being fun to me. And I had people give me their opinions about Botox and what they've done. And then I immediately, like within like minutes, had people commenting saying, oh, you should try my Unique. Oh, you should try my Mary Kay. Oh, girl, you should try Lip Sense. Oh, girl, we have this. Like, I literally, you guys, debated deleting my post, and I get the hustle. I seriously understand what it's like to run a business and have to promote your product and talk to people about it, but that is so salesy. And you know what? I'm a salesperson, right? I share Scentsy. I get it. But I actually wrote on my post after, I said, thank you guys so much for the recommendations. I totally appreciate it. But honestly, although I respect your hustle, and trust me, I get it, I am just strictly looking for Botoxed recommendations, because my inbox at that point was getting flooded. And I've already gotten 2 messages from a Mary Kay consultant since last night. Mind you, it was like after 9 o'clock at night, which is so inappropriate to message someone at that time. Anyway, about like, I've never even had a conversation with her prior to, I just met her at an event yesterday. I did an event yesterday, met her there, and then I added her on Facebook, of course, because that's just what I do. I add people. And so she immediately, instead of getting to know me, you know, and building that relationship over time, and then offering me her product, or then offering me some samples, whatever, it's immediately like, oh, you should totally try this. I've been using this for 20 years, and you'd love the results, and da-da-da-da. And it's like, you didn't even take the time out to see what I need. Like, how are you going to know I love those results? Just because I said I need Botox? Like, so think about that, okay? Think about how you were projecting yourself on social media. Think about how you were coming across on social media, and don't be that person. If somebody is strictly saying, I need a Scentsy consultant, like, then I can see you saying, oh, hey, we have great products. But if someone's telling you, oh, hey, can you recommend a Yankee candle scent? I'm obsessed with this Yankee candle scent, and I absolutely need it. Whoever can tell me where I can find it, please let me know. Don't be that Scentsy person that goes on and say, oh, girl, you should totally try Scentsy because we're wickless and it's so much better. Don't do that. Start building that relationship with them, okay? Comment on their posts, get to know them, and then you can introduce Scentsy and show them why it's going to be 10 times better than Yankee Candle. I guarantee you, if you take that approach, it's gonna pay off so much longer in the long run for you guys, okay? So, I want you guys to do a scroll test on your page. What are the first few posts your customers are going to see? Can they see your face? Are you your brand? Like I said, do they learn something about you? You know, maybe you like I said, peacocks. People go to my page, they see peacocks and things like that. Are they inspiring your post? Are they interested? Or is it only Scentsy things? What are the types of Scentsy things that you're talking about? Like, they're, you know, like I said, is it salesy? Do a mix of things. Post things about your kids. Post stuff about your life. You know, create that curiosity. And, you know, they say that there's the 80-20 rule, which is 80% of what you post on Facebook needs to be personal, and then 20% needs to be business. And sometimes even 90-10, you guys, because, again, people just don't want to be sold to. That probably is like the biggest, you know, aha moment that I can give you here, is that people just don't like to be sold to. So try your very best to not do it in that way. And just share a Scentsy versus selling it, okay? You can talk about the products. Like the body wash, the sea salt avocado body wash, like I took a picture the other day. I was holding it up, and in the background is all blurred. It's my kids in the bath, and you just see their heads. And I'm like, I love this scent so good. Like, we have tons of bubbles in here right now between this and the bath bomb. Like, my bathroom smells on point right now. Like, I'm not telling them, hey guys, this body wash is $9 or whatever it is, or, you know, you can go shop my website. I'm showing them how I'm using it. I'm showing them that it's a family-friendly product because I got my kids in the picture. I'm telling them how amazing it is because I love it and how great it smells, and it's making my house smell amazing. So again, facts tell, stories sell. Think about how you can share the experience, okay? If we're talking like sharing an experience, I'll give you guys a little tidbit before I get going. As far as like coming up with ways to post. So sometimes it's, you know, you watch trainings on social media and then you're like, this sounds great, but like still, I don't know what to post. You know, what am I going to do? Share an experience you know, in a way that it's telling a story. There's another quote that I love that you probably have heard or will come to hear, and it's, darn it, I just lost it. It's not facts tell, stories sell. It's, we are paid storytellers. That's pretty much what it is. We as network marketers, as business owners, as direct sellers are paid storytellers. So, I actually watched a training a while back on like sample posts to put on Facebook because I always like to learn and grow and find new ways and stuff like that. So one, they say that when you follow successful people, you will become successful. So look around at the people who are, you know, in your eyes, successful on social media. See what they're doing. How are they posting? A lot of times Scentsy friends, even, you guys, I'll go on their page and I'll be like, damn, that post is really good. Look at all that engagement she got. What did she do there? I mean, at the end, she kind of asked them a question. She started off this way in the post, and so I take little golden nuggets from it and then I make it my own. But from the training that I watched, I got like kind of like an outline, and since I've been doing this, it's been like a game changer. So you start off with what's called a hook. It's like a way to get them, right? So, you know, maybe it's like a little motivational quote, or I could try and put up a screenshot later of like an example post of what this would be, but like a way to just like let's say I wanted to put up the fact that I work from home now with Scentsy. I would take a picture of like a selfie, like, you know, something like that, and I'd put up at the top like 9 to 5 dropout, period, right? Like it's a hook. It's something that's gonna get them where they're gonna be like, 9 to 5 dropout, what the heck is that, right? And then you go in with a way that you were before. Then you go into how you overcame that, and then your takeaway at the end. So that's a really great way to share a story if you're talking about anything on social media. It doesn't even have to be about your business, but a way that's going to actually connect people, because they're going to start off with that hook. They're going to be like, 9 to 5 dropout, what is that? And then I'm going to go into, you know what, before this business, I was working like a slave. I was sitting in cubicles. I hated working a 9 to 5 for other people and handling their lightweight and doing their calls and their copies and all this stuff. And until I came across this business, you know, or I got myself to a point where I was able to stay home with my own kids, and now I'm my own boss. I'm answering my own calls. I'm taking my own messages, and this is what this business has done for me, you know, and kind of flip it, and maybe in the end be like, you know, just like a takeaway from it. Like if I have never taken this opportunity before, or if I would have never come across my sponsor posting about this, like how would I have ever known about this amazing opportunity, starting with just one tiny little sample in my house? Like, I know that sounds silly with me just saying it right now, but if you see it laid out in a post, it's eye-catching and people want to read it, and it creates curiosity, okay? So the hook, how you were before, or how the situation was before. It doesn't even have to be like deep rooted in your Scentsy why. It could be anything. How you or the situation overcame it, like how it's different now, and then the takeaway. So that was like a golden nugget that, like, once I started posting like that, I noticed like a game changer in my business, or at least on social media and the things that I was posting. So like I said, on this video in a little bit, like when I'm done with this, I can put up a screenshot of what I think would, you know, be like a good example post of that. But try thinking about that. Try not to sell the product, or try not to sell the business opportunity. And that's not to say that you can't share the $49 joint special. You guys, I just created a whole bunch of opportunity packets the other day because I did an event this weekend. And so I took a picture of my opportunity package just in my hand, okay? I didn't say join my team. I didn't say it's $49 to join this month. I literally took a picture of the stack of opportunity packets in my hand, and I said, getting ready for an event this month, and I have to share this blessing with everybody because it's too good not to share. That's all that I said. And I actually had somebody message me after that post. Okay, so there's a way to share it instead of selling it. And please, by all means, don't ever say join my team, because you're making it about you. Sometimes I like to say join the journey, join us, join our team. I rarely say join our team either, but just don't ever say join my team. It just so salesy, okay? So that's it. So with all those little tips that I give you guys, the most important thing that I can tell you as far as social media goes is being consistent, okay? Post on your Facebook page at least once a day, okay? At least once a day. And it doesn't always have to be about Scentsy. Certain times of the day too, I will post about Scentsy, and I'll post about my family, like at night, in the evenings. And these are just things that I've learned along the way. You're gonna see what works for you. You're gonna see what your network is liking, what they're not liking, or what they're engaging with and what they're not engaging with. And for me, like, I tend to post things about like family time and, you know, homework with my kids and all that stuff, like after dinner hours, or around dinner hours, because I don't want people to think I'm working my business like at night and, you know, away from my children and this and that. I want to create an image, and that's what social media is, okay? Behind social media, everything is a mess. Have you guys seen what my office looks like right now? It's all in shambles. Not to say that I'm creating a facade or I'm lying, but you want to paint a picture of the life that you're living as a Scentsy consultant. And again, if you're complaining, or if you're making it seem like you're working this 24/7, then that can be intimidating to people. You know, a lot of times people will say, I could never do what you could do. I never could. Like, I actually hear that a lot, and it almost hurts my heart, because it's like, why can't you do what I could do? But it's the image that I'm creating on Facebook, because they see that I'm go hard for my business, and I'm always posting about it. I'm always talking about it, and I'm Scentsy branded, and they know me as the wax lady. So they're like, oh, ooh, that's too much. I can never do that. But it's like, they're just seeing that on social media. They don't see me behind the scenes. You know, for the majority of the day I'm with my children. So think about those things, okay? So like I said, consistency is going to be huge for you guys as far as social media goes. So trying at least once a day. As far as the family type stuff on Sundays, like I try and post things, especially like Sunday morning with my kids. Like, I'm very conscientious. I don't know that word. Whatever that word is, I try to be mindful of when I'm posting on social media, like what types of things I'm posting on there. And again, like I said, that'll just kind of come with the more consistent you are in knowing what people want to see and what they don't want to see, okay? So challenge yourself, you guys. You know, maybe do a test for yourself. Like I said, do the scroll test on your own page and see what's on there right now. And then maybe even put up a Scentsy post like you normally would, right? Let's say you're showing the sale or whatever. And then your next post, I don't suggest doing it back to back, but like whenever your next post is, put up another one that's inspirational. You're telling a story or something along those lines that's going to catch people, and look at the difference in the likes that you get and the comments that you get. And make sure that every comment that you get, you are engaging back with your customer or with your network. You have to be engaging back. Even if you put a GIF, sometimes it's like, ain't nobody got time for that kind of thing, where you're like, my gosh, I don't even got time to respond back to people right now. I don't even got time to text people. I have all this stuff going on. We have the same 24 hours in a day, okay? So it's, all it takes is a couple seconds to even just post a GIF back to somebody or an emoji or something. If you don't even have the time to actually write out a whole sentence to them, I know it sounds first world problems, but engage back with them, okay? And I promise you, when you do those things and you're consistent, you're going to see your network's going to grow. Your following is going to grow, okay? As long as you are positive, you're inspirational, you are not negative, and you're fun and you're inviting, like that's going to be the types of things that people are going to be attracted to and want to do business with, okay? So I'm sorry, I don't see the comments coming up, but sometimes Facebook Live is weird like that. So if you guys do have questions, I will go back and try to answer them for you, okay? I have to get on my team call right now, but I will talk to you all later. Bye!